Hey, welcome back to Tim Unscripted. This is not a how-to video. In fact, this might be the preview of coming attractions. It's a little bit challenging to explain, but I will say this. When somebody says, and I'm pausing here not for effect, but to try and find the right words. When somebody offers you a challenge, a research challenge for a guy like me, actually, that's like appealing to my inner research nerd, then generally my attitude is, wait, hold my beer. This is also the reason why I intentionally posted these how-to videos, or I should say Tim Unscripted videos, a bunch of videos on my channel as not being suitable for younger audiences. And what you see here is all right, I've taken up the challenge. Let's see what we come up with. So the backstory is this. All right, we at my company have an AI roundtable conversation that meets weekly. And in the group chat, I dropped a video that I was watching over the weekend, last weekend, where Jeff Dodds and Bob Martin were discussing things. Now, for anybody not familiar with Bob Martin, is one of the original signers of the Manifesto for Agile Software Development. Hold on, wait for it. The Manifesto for Agile Software Development. Yes, I do have a hard copy on the whiteboard behind me because it reminds me of a lot of things that, up until just recently, genuinely mattered for software product development teams. And more important, companies that were developing software products for people. People solving problems or people doing business with people. And now my third line is people using generative artificial intelligence on behalf of people, which is really kind of where the pivot on this channel is gone. So getting back to this video. So I'm going to admit that I was a little shocked because I got to nearly the end of the video and this may have just completely passed me up. I don't know. I'm just going to claim ignorance to the point that brought this particular piece of research about, because it came up during our AI roundtable and somebody asked, so has anybody worked with agent swarms? And I was like, what? And I was like, no, not yet. And then I was like, that sounds like a good weekend research problem. And sure enough, and by the way, I pulled the summary of the video didn't pull the raw transcript, but pulled the video transcript summary to get a bit of context specifically to show you this. And this is the research. So this is like legitimate thing. So Uncle Bob on his GitHub repo has this repository called SwarmForge. And this is where this is headed ultimately. So this is his vision for agent swarming. Now, this is the setup. I got research. I got a repo. I did a video recently where I downloaded this Power Infer stuff brought to the forefront by the folks who have developed Tiny AI, which is a small appliance that allows you, it attaches to your USB-C port, allows you to run local model inference, coming to the market soon. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Another test, another challenge. Challenge accepted. Now that the research challenge is out of the way and I do actually know what I might be able to do, and the fact that this is, honestly, I probably just need to post the video. So some of what I'm saying is really rambling. And I'm saying this because this is a really kind of new video or new repo. I'm going to say new as in how many months old is this? We're just going back to June. So I may be doing some breaking news on my channel by dropping this here momentarily. Where are we at? We're back to May. So Uncle Bob, credit and kudos to you, April. Yeah, April 1st. Oh, it dropped. It created the repo on April Fool's Day. The Navy Chief's birthday. The Navy Chief's birthday, U.S. Navy Chief's birthday being the more important of the two things on April 1st, 1893. The establishment of the pay grade of the United States Navy Chief. Hoo-yah! So, there we go. Looking at this thing, I have no idea what hardware I might run this on. I have definitely not got a clue as to what sort of project I might do this with. And I'll tell you, folks, my home lab, it's robust. And, you've seen a lot of videos with me running this on the Linux notebook, the System 76 Pangolin 15. I don't think it's going to be robust enough for the Pangolin. This may be the first time that I run it on my Mac Studio, but it may be better suited for the Olaris One AI appliance. So this is the reason why it's a teaser video, because I haven't really decided where I want to run this experiment, where I want to build this project out. But this, folks, maybe there's a little bit of hype in here. Yeah, there's probably a lot of bit of hype. I have had, several cups of coffee. It is Saturday morning, and I am recording videos in my home/office studio with no adult supervision today, because my wife and our daughters are scattered to the four winds. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'll maybe post some interim updates as I figure out where this fits in the home lab setup and the experimentation. But I'll keep you posted. And in the meanwhile, I would encourage you to check this thing out for yourself. I'll actually put the link in the comments, or the link in the write-up for your benefit, so that you can figure out if you want to run some experiments using Uncle Bob's SwarmForge for agents. And on that note, I'm going to wrap things up. Another video brought to you by Tim Unscripted. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care. See you soon.